Talking to my learned friend, Mr. Kilonzo.
While the orders by the Court of Appeal were celebrated by Kenya's three major media houses, the Royal Media Services, NTV and KTN, as well as their viewers, the government was quick to announce that it would be contesting the ruling in the Supreme Court. And today, before Supreme Court judges Smokin Wanjala and Jackton Ojwang, lawyers representing CCK, Star Times and Pan-African Network Group made their applications to have the ruling of the Court of Appeal suspended ahead of the appeal of the ruling before the Supreme Court. From the onset, the two judges determined that the matter was urgent and of great public interest and would prefer to go into the appeal straight rather than spend time on the injunction filed by the government.
About the effect of the orders issued by the Court of Appeal, if they were to be enforced, would be that one, we'll be operating illegally. Two, that today the respondents can obtain an order from the Court of Appeal to compel CCK to issue them with a license. Now, what then does that portend for the substantive appeal that is pending before this court?
So that the impact of that declaration does not only affect signal distributors or broadcasters. So when that declaration continues to stand, that the Commission was not the correct body, what you do is to bring in uncertainty in the sector.
But the three media houses argued that staying the orders would give an unfair advantage to the Chinese company, which, despite the Court of Appeal ruling, continues to broadcast their signal illegally.
Let me confirm that we have switched off, and we are not interested in broadcasting those channels until the appeal is heard and compensation.
It is not correct that Star Times has stopped violating our intellectual property. KTN, Citizen, and The Nation. What they continue to do is that with each media house, the prime time is news time. That is why the most expensive adverts appear in prime time. Even as last night, they were still broadcasting our news. They switch on our news just before the news hour. They switch us off after the news hour. That is what they are asking they should continue to do.
To give a stay, on the other hand, will create the crisis. As my learned friend Mr. Kiragu says, it creates the iniquitous unequal position where Pan and Star continue to be advantaged despite the questions raised regarding the issuance of their license, to the disadvantage of other players in the market.
The Court of Appeal also revoked the license issued to the Chinese company by the Communication Commission of Kenya on the grounds that CCK was not properly constituted when it issued the license.
These are not appropriate matters in respect to which stay orders should be granted. Stay orders are not granted as a matter of course.
The judges ordered that the three media houses be issued a broadcast signal distribution without going through the tendering process. The Supreme Court will Friday give direction on whether or not to stay the orders of the Court of Appeal. Esther Kahumbi, Citizen Live at 9.